Gold could go to $10,000 an ounce. But you have to put all this stuff together. Again, as we're speaking now, what's your favorite war? You like the Peloponnesian War? Maybe you like the 100-Year War. Hey, wasn't the War of Roses lovely? What's your favorite crusade? Well, I like the eighth better than the third. It's been going on forever. It's been going on forever, but now this is very serious. Once upon a time, there was this cat by the name of Einstein, knew a thing or two about the atomic bomb. They asked him, what kind of weapons will be used to fight the Third World War? He said, I don't know, but they'll be using sticks and stones to fight the fourth. 2025, this is according to Challenger Gray and Christmas. From the same period a year ago, the lowest level since 2009. 2009, the height of the Great Recession. That's where job numbers are. All right? They're going to lower interest rates. The lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls. The deeper the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go. Gold is dollar-based. So now as the other currencies go up, it's cheaper to buy gold in other countries. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to keep lowering interest rates. The death of the dollar is before us. But again, as I said, why?
There are moments in history when the facade cracks, when the carefully constructed narratives of stability and prosperity reveal themselves as hollow. Gerald Celente, a trend forecaster with over 45 years of experience, believes we are living through such a moment right now. And his warning is stark. Gold could hit $10,000 an ounce, but the price we pay might be nuclear annihilation. Gold have surged to record highs this year. Yet remarkably, this 45% surge in gold prices this year has been met with near-total silence from mainstream financial media. No major coverage, no primetime debates, just a deafening quiet that speaks volumes about what the establishment doesn't want you to know. The silence is intentional, because to acknowledge gold's meteoric rise is to acknowledge the underlying disease, the death of fiat currencies, and the return to sound money principles that governments cannot manipulate at will. Celente pulls no punches. The death of the dollar is before us. This isn't hyperbole. This is pattern recognition across millennia of monetary history. The mechanics are simple and inevitable. Governments run massive deficits. The United States posted job hiring numbers in 2025 at the lowest level since 2009, the height of the Great Recession. Economies are failing without any tangible solution. Central banks respond by lowering interest rates, and the lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls. The deeper the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go. Gold is dollar-based. As the dollar weakens, gold denominated in other currencies becomes cheaper, triggering a cascade of international buying. This feedback loop, once initiated, becomes self-reinforcing, and we're watching it happen in real time. But the real debt levels are far more catastrophic than official figures suggest. When you look at the United States debt level, no, it's not 37 trillion. When you put Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and all the other government expenses, it's well over 100 trillion, Celente reveals. International debt has reached $340 trillion. These are not numbers that can be repaid. They are telltale signs of a dying monetary system. While gold commands the headlines it does receive, silver operates in relative obscurity, yet its fundamentals may be even more explosive. Very positive on silver, Celente states simply. Precious metals of the future. Silver is up approximately 80% year-to-date, outperforming gold's 45% gain and approaching previous all-time highs in nominal terms. But here's the critical insight. Adjusted for inflation, silver would need to reach triple digits to match its historical peaks. That journey from current prices to 100, 150, or beyond isn't just possible. Given the fundamentals, it's probable. Silver occupies a unique position. It is simultaneously an industrial metal critical to modern technology and a monetary metal with thousands of years of history as currency. This dual nature creates extraordinary demand dynamics. Every solar panel requires silver. Military applications demand it. Electronics cannot function without it. As industrial civilization accelerates, even as financial civilization collapses, silver becomes increasingly indispensable. The supply constraints are severe and worsening. Unlike gold, which is primarily hoarded and recycled, silver is consumed in industrial processes, often in quantities too small to make recovery economically viable. The above-ground stockpiles that buffered markets for decades have been depleted, and new mine supply cannot keep pace with demand. But Celente's forecast for $10,000 gold doesn't rest on monetary fundamentals alone. It hinges on geopolitics spiraling toward catastrophe. We are on the verge of nuclear annihilation, he warns with chilling demeanor. Now we'll show you more clips of the latest interview, but first smash the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss out on our daily recaps.
What's your favorite war? You like the Peloponnesian War? Maybe you like the 100-Year War. Hey, wasn't the War of Roses lovely? What's your favorite crusade? Well, I like the 8th better than the 3rd. It's been going on forever. It's been going on forever, but now this is very serious. You know, once upon a time, there was this cat by the name of Einstein. Knew a thing or two about the atomic bomb. They asked him, what kind of weapons will be used to fight the Third World War? He said, I don't know. But they'll be using sticks and stones to fight the fourth. That's where we're at. I had a peace rally, and I launched a movement called Occupy Peace. We just had one last week. Judge Napolitano, Scott Ritter, Joe Lauria, Roger Waters did a streaming, did a song about it. Dennis Kucinich, former congressman, guy ran for president. A load of people. Smallest turnout in 11 years. Top PR firm sent out thousands of emails, press releases. International, national, and local. Zero coverage. And the people that showed up, they were like, the average age is probably 60 years old. No young people. Peace is a dirty word. No, there's America, no peace. Nope. Shut the hell up. You're not allowed to talk about peace. You're not allowed to be on the mainstream media. Get the hell out of here. We are on the verge of nuclear annihilation. Israel's going to ramp up the war. It's going to be bombs away over Iran. And you know about the Samson option. Israel says if they lose, they go nuclear. They got between 200 and 400 nuclear warheads. Oh, and you don't have to be good at math to figure this out. Look at it, 91 million Iranians versus 7 million Israelis. And the Iranians are very advanced scientifically, technologically, militarily. You go to war against Iran, they're going to wipe out Israel. But Israel's going to go nuclear. And the United States is going to join them. And all this money that they're spending, all of Europe with their GDP now, 5% of their GDP going to the military-industrial complex, yeah, it's a waste of money. It's a waste of, these tanks are going to be useless. It's all new millennium warfare. Here, new millennium warfare. I wrote about it in my book, Trends 2000, in 1997. I was brought down to the Virginia Military Institute, VMI, to talk about new millennium warfare back in 2000. I'm saying all of this stuff, these planes, the tanks, the ships, this is useless stuff in the new millennium. Oh, they weren't talking about drones back then. It's a whole different warfare. And there's no, hey, where are all you Quakers? Would you die in an earthquake? How come you're not out there for peace? Where are all these religions? Where are all you priests? You screwing around with little boys. I forgot. Yeah. And where's the Pope over there? Well, I got my White Sox hat on, but I won't go to, well, I don't like what's going on there. Why don't you go there and try to stop it? Where are all these religions? Where are they? They're gutless little clowns all across the planet. That's where they are. Because if the people stood up and fought for we the people, instead of you the politicians, the whole game would change. All we are, it's not we the people, it's we the puppets. All right? It could go to $10,000 an ounce. But you have to put all this stuff together. Again, as we're speaking now, economy, the numbers just came out today on new hirings totaled 204,939 so far in 2025. This is according to Challenger Gray and Christmas. From the same period a year ago, the lowest level since 2009. 2009, the height of the Great Recession. That's what job numbers are. All right? They're going to lower interest rates. The lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls. The deeper the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go. Gold is dollar-based. So now as the other currencies go up, it's cheaper to buy gold in other countries. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to keep lowering interest rates. The death of the dollar is before us. But again, as I said, wild card. Orwell could not have come up with a better name than stable coins, all right? All the banks are going to go CBDC. Oh, what they just came out last week that the international debt level is about $340 trillion. How are you going to get rid of it? There's no way. When you look at the United States debt level, no, it's not 37 trillion. When you put Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and all the other government expenses, it's well over 100 trillion. We got a new coin. They're going to come out with a digital coin. As we're speaking, again, we call things the way they are, not the way we want them to be. We've been very bullish on Bitcoin, particularly when Trump got elected. This is the guy that's made fun of Bitcoin when he wasn't president back in 2021 and 20, calling it a bunch of crap, how terrible it is, killing the dollar. Hey, but now my family's in it. Shut the hell up, Celente. Hey, Witkoff and Jerkoff and Lutnick and this guy, the guys that are in the cabinet, their kids are in it, all right? Shut the hell up. Oh, I got $100 million from the crypto gang when I ran for president, all right? Oh, and they gave me tens of millions of dollars when I got inaugurated. And now as we're speaking, again, last week, crypto was down to like $109,000 a coin. $109,000 for something invented with nothing behind it. And now it's up, as we're speaking, 118,000. The gang's in charge. They're going to go from dirty cash to digital trash. It's going to happen. And the reason they're also going it, they're going to say this digital coin is worth way more than our debt level. So we just got wiped out our debt level. And they want digital because they know every penny you spent, where you spent it, what you spent it on, so they can get their tax money, most important.
As Western currencies
So
crumble and Western powers pursue increasingly reckless military adventures, an alternative is forming. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and expanding membership, represent 3.5 billion people tired of American geopolitical and socioeconomic tyranny, as Celente puts it. The BRICS are going to be the winner, he declares with certainty. The numbers support this. China and India each have 1.4 billion people. They're developing alternatives to dollar-based trade settlement. The Shanghai Gold Exchange is opening vaults in BRICS countries, facilitating gold-backed trade that bypasses Western financial systems entirely. After World War I, the pound died. The dollar became the most important currency, Celente notes, drawing the historical parallel. And now the United States is war. The dollar is going to die. The transition from British pound to American dollar took decades and 2 world wars. The transition from dollar dominance to a multipolar currency system, likely involving gold-backed digital currencies from BRICS nations, is happening at compressed speed. Perhaps most telling is what Celente identifies as systematic suppression of information about precious metals. Go to NBC, go to Wall Street Journal, go to the New York Times. One article in the Financial Times over like a week and a half, he catalogs. No major articles in any of the magazines, in any of the newspapers about why gold prices are spiking. Up 45% in a year, near total media blackout. The establishment needs capital trapped in financial assets, stocks, bonds, real estate, that can be inflated, manipulated, and ultimately confiscated through currency debasement. Gold and silver represent escape hatches from the system. Their rise exposes the con. Let's get back to the interview.
BRICS are going to be the winner. You got to go by the numbers. What do you got? 1.4 billion people living in China, 1.4 billion in India. They had enough of the United States geopolitical and socioeconomic hegemony. They're finished. America's become the country that our founding fathers fought against, Great Britain. War, 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 war. And again, go back, all the wars where the sun never sets on the British Empire, after World War I, the pound died. The dollar became the most important currency. And now the United States is war, 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 war. The dollar's going to die. It's the death of the dollar's on the way. And again, going back to digital, now there's talk about digital gold. Right? They go digital gold, that could wipe out a lot of the cryptos. Because now you have a crypto backed by gold. We're very positive on the gold future. Very. And again, sadly, again, in my book, Trend Tracking, far better than Megatrends, Time Magazine, I wrote about how I first started buying gold in 1978 when the Iranian conflict broke out, and they taught us to hate the Iranians without 99.9999% of the Americans knowing how the United States overthrew the democratically elected government of Mohammad Mossadegh in 1953, because democratically elected government of Iran, because he had the nerve to say, no, that oil does not belong to Anglo-Iranian Oil, better known today as BP, or Standard Oil, better known today as ExxonMobil. This oil is the Iranian people's oil. No, it's not. No, it's not. And they overthrew the guy, and they brought in the Savak, the secret police that made the SS look good. So when the rally started to happen against the Shah back in the 70s, late 70s, that's when I started buying gold. My first buy of gold was $163 an ounce. The times now are worse than that. The way gold is spiking now is beyond, again, pick up any of the major media, not a word. Not a word about gold's prices spiking. This is talk about AI. Just talk about AI. Very positive on silver, too. Precious metals of the future. Again, oh, by the way, I found the article about Trump's son-in-law. Again, about the crime syndicate. You ready? Electronic Arts goes private for $55 billion in record-shattering leveraged buyout. Video game maker Electronic Arts is being taken private by a Saudi-backed consortium led by Jared Kushner and Silver Lake in a $55 billion deal that ranks as the biggest ever leveraged buyout. Jared Kushner? You mean Trump's son-in-law? Saudi Arabia? Well, I mentioned before about Qatar, Oman, UAE, right? This is why the Arab nations have not united to stop the Gaza genocide. Let's go back to 1973. The Yom Kippur War. The Arab nations united and cut off oil going into Europe and the United States. Brent crude quadrupled in price. Not now. Now, actually, they even, you saw it, OPEC Plus just came out, they're putting more oil in. As we're speaking now, what, Brent crude's around $64 a barrel. They're putting more supply when demand is going down. That's how much they need the money. That's how bad it is. And again, you're seeing what's going on over here. This is right in front of everybody's eye. Jared Kushner. Oh, when Netanyahu used to come to America, he used to stay at the Kushner's family's house. Oh, yeah. That Jared Kushner? That Jared Kushner we quote in the Trends Journal back in March of 2024. The land in Gaza is, quote, very valuable waterfront property, and the Palestinians should be moved into the Negev desert. Oh, that Jared Kushner. Yeah. At all costs, they're going to keep the stock market afloat, and if it crashes, they'll do everything to pump it back up again. Let's go back, and I'll go back to the .com in a second. It's a crime syndicate. They're murderers and thieves. We talked about the murder of the war. Let's talk about the thieves. What happened with the panic of 08? The domain, by the way, that I took out in 2007. The Federal Reserve pumped in $29 trillion, with a T, dollars to bail out the banks. That's according to the Levy Institute, Bard College. It's a crime syndicate. Let's go back to the .com bust. Go back to your Trends Journal, January 28th of this year. .com bust 2.0. Trends are born, they grow, they mature, reach old age, and die. AI became public just 3 years ago. It's an infant. You don't invest all your dough in the infancy of the new, whether it's high-tech, heavy industry. You don't invest all your money in the first baby born. And that's what they've done. Cover of our magazine on February 5th of this year. .com bust 2.0. Once upon a time, another slime ball was president. This is a T-shirt that I did back in 1992 when Bill Clinton was running for president. Beware Slick Willie. Oh, and by the way, here's another T-shirt you could get by going to Trends Journal, just to show you the way I feel about politicians.
We feel the same way. That's for sure.
All right.
Well, I'll make sure to put a link below so people can purchase those shirts.
So Bill Clinton brought China into the World Trade Organization, who also gave us NAFTA. Get these manufacturing jobs out of America. You can make more money and give it back to me. Now I'm worth $130 million, a little nobody from Arkansas. $130 million now. Anyway, he brings China into the World Trade Organization. They officially came in 2 weeks after 9/11. Let's go back to 2000. And again, this has to do with .com. 10% of Chinese 18-year-olds went to college back then. Now, almost 70%. 70% of the country, 1.4 billion versus 347 million in America. Country is dumbing down, by the way. Young people are totally AI and high-tech addicted. China's investing very heavily in the AI market. It's the future. Again, like it, don't like it, it's what is. And what's going to happen, you already saw it with DeepSeek. It didn't cost them $100 million to do what they did. It only cost them $6 million. Oh, and we don't need these big chips. We need smaller ones. Get NVIDIA out of China. We're developing our own. Same thing with India. There's going to be a .com bust. They've way over-invested. Look at the PE ratio. It's way out of line. There's going to be a .com bust. And again, when all those fails, they're going to take us to war. They'll get the people's mind off it. And again, the Fed will do what they did before. I thought the markets would crash in 2012, all right? I was wrong. They did not teach me about zero interest rate policy or a thing called quantitative easing in Economics 101 or graduate school. They'll make up any crap they want. Again, digital coin, CBD, they're going to do everything they can to artificially prop this up. It's going down. It's going to crash. No one, anywhere, here, Google it up. Go to Castle Systems. Look up the office occupancy rate. I looked it up a couple of days ago, 54%. What's the office vacancy rate? Nobody in the buildings. It was 11% before the COVID war, and now it's 20%. There's going to be failures. They're not going to be able to pay on these office buildings. There's going to be a collapse. Banks are not going to be able to cover the loans. Again, I thought things would crash when they locked down the world. I didn't know they'd bring interest rates down to zero, keep them negative in Europe, and pump in countless trillions of dollars of fake money backed by nothing and printed on nothing. It's all coming to an end now. No one's talking about the office building bust. Go back to 2023, not ancient history. 3 banks failed: Silicon, Conman Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and First Republic. Boop! Markets were crashing, gold was spiking. 3 banks. Now you're going to see 30, 40, 50, 60, maybe 100 banks, because most of these loans in the office buildings are small and medium-sized banks. They don't have the dough to cover the losses. No one's
For
talking.
silver specifically,
No
the
one.
fundamentals suggest even more explosive potential than gold. Its smaller market size, industrial indispensability, and monetary characteristics create the possibility for percentage gains that dwarf even gold's impressive performance. The great unraveling Celente describes isn't coming, it's here. Gold at 4,000, silver approaching all-time highs, global debt unpayable, wars multiplying, currencies dying. These aren't predictions. These are present conditions. The question isn't whether to own precious metals. The question is whether you'll recognize this moment for what it is before the window closes. As Celente makes clear, the establishment will do everything possible to keep you invested in paper assets while they quietly position themselves in real ones. Because when currencies collapse and wars rage, humanity returns, as it always has, to the only money that governments cannot print and armies cannot destroy: gold and silver. The $10,000 question isn't about gold's price destination. It's about whether you'll be holding it when we arrive. Please leave a comment in the comment section, like this video, share and subscribe to get more videos like this. Thank you for watching.